I decided to enter a bodybuilding show again, or two really, but this time I'm doing things a little bit differently and it's really been helping so far. I'm currently about 2.5 weeks out, probably be right around 2 weeks or a little under by the time this video is out, but the way I'm dieting, the way I'm training and posing as well, doing stuff a little bit differently, but I decided just kind of on a whim, you know, I think I want to do another bodybuilding show. I finished all of this testosterone trials. You can check those out and see what happened. It was a little bit controversial with the results as far as how it affects your blood work versus how much it actually benefits your progress in training. I've got like 5 videos on it. Documenting the whole thing, you can check it out. I'll link that playlist for you. But when it comes to the training, I just got tired of doing the exact same thing over and over again. Legs, push, pull, over and over, same exercises I was doing. So I was kind of thinking about how, you know, when you're dieting down for a show, the big thing you want to try to do is avoid muscle loss, because I can do a pretty steep calorie deficit, but I don't want to do so high. You're going to be losing muscle. And so there's just some bro science, just thinking of how I'm going to do stuff in my head. I wanted to train a little bit differently. I didn't really want to do push-pull legs or necessarily upper lower. So what I've been doing for the last like 4 weeks about now, since I finished all the testosterone stuff, is just hitting not really a full body workout, but similar to that. I choose 3 to 4 exercises every day and do like 3 to 6 sets to failure, depending on what the exercise is. So I'll pick something for chest, something for back, and then something for legs. And the next day, whatever's not sore, I'll hit it again. So it might be like, you know, bench press one day, and then some flies the next day, some dips the next day, maybe shoulder press the next day. And then for back, I've been having still some tendon issues here, so I've just been laying off any kind of lat pull downs or rows, and I've just been doing the straight arm pull downs, and it hasn't been hurting. I've been getting good back pump, so I'm at least gonna maintain what I have there through that, and then, you know, some like rear delt flies, things like that. And then for legs, going from like squats one day, lunges another, leg press, leg extension, leg curls, Romanian deadlifts, just whatever it is. And it's been really fun because each day the workout's different. I'm pushing myself hard because overall when you're lifting, you want to get like 10 to 20 hard sets per week. So if I'm doing 3 to 6 a day, depending on the exercise, you know, 5 to 6 days a week, you're getting pretty close to 20. And it's been working out really well. So kind of my bro science way of thinking that is like, okay, if this muscle group isn't sore for too long and I'm trying to avoid muscle loss, you want to stimulate the muscles to maintain them. So when you're dieting hard, you got to be in a calorie deficit, but you also want to burn fat, not muscle. So you want to stimulate the muscles so that your body's like, hey, we need to keep these. And you want to do it enough so that you're not losing it and eat enough protein. So calorie deficit, muscle stimulation, and protein. So I'm doing all that, and I figure, you know, if I'm hitting the muscle multiple times, it's like, okay, if it's legs push pull, if my chest isn't sore after 2 days, then is it slowly going away on the 3rd day? I don't know. You know, bro science, hitting a little bit each day, just maintaining it, and it's not really sore at all. I might feel a little bit of tenderness the next day, but nothing bad. So it's really been helping too with my lower back, because it's not like I'm hammering it with like 5 different leg exercises and my lower back sore, and then I'm doing a back day after that. Now it's just like, you know, a little bit each day. Leg extension days, leg curl days aren't hurting my back at all. So there's even like breaks throughout it, so I'm not taxing my spine as much. So I've really been enjoying it, you know, something a little bit different. Let me know what type of training you do down in the comments, and you know, how it works for you. It's not necessarily something I would suggest you do if you're trying to build, like programming something is important, but I still do have on my phone like a list of all the lifts and what I did. So when I pull from that exercise again, I'm shooting for those numbers or better, to at least maintain my strength through this cut. And speaking of the cut, the diet's been going better too. Like, of course there's days I'm hungry, but in the last 4 weeks I've lost about 7 pounds. And there's been days where I get really hungry, mostly on the days I'm doing extra cardio, like swimming 2 hours. It's about 1 hour and 15 minutes of swimming straight. And I do get hungrier those days, but I saw a quote someone put like on a video. They said, whenever I start getting really hungry, I just imagine a bunch of guys running around throwing coals in the fire. And it's like, hey, that's basically what's going on. You know, your body's gonna be going through your fat reserves when you start feeling that hunger. It's just a reminder of that. So it's like, you know, I'm just gonna embrace it and just kind of let it happen. And I remember last time I was just constantly thinking about, oh, I can't wait to have ice cream again, or pizza, or I gotta be careful if I eat that stuff because I might overdo it. But now it's kind of like, I was walking through the store and I saw Ben & Jerry's and I was like, oh, that would be really good. But then I thought about it and it's just like, I don't even eat that stuff normally. So like, why would I want it now? you know? So changing your mindset on, well, what am I eating this for? What's the point, you know, with the dieting? Oh, this is a sign that I'm hungry. That's not necessarily a bad thing because my body's doing what it's supposed to do and it's burning fat for fuel. And my upper body's already pretty shredded, and it's mostly like every other day I'll notice a little bit more on my legs, a little bit more of a cut showing up on my quads and stuff like that. So it's coming along nicely. I think I'm already as lean as I was on the show last time, and I've still got 2 weeks to go. So I think the quads are gonna stand out a lot better this time. And as far as the dieting goes too, I'm just trying to eat more real foods. I think that's helping out as well. So it's like, I'm not just running to protein bars and lots of protein powders. My stomach's felt a lot better because it's not getting bloated from eating really high volume like protein ice creams and stuff like that, because I'm kind of just embracing, like, you know, it's not a big deal if you feel kind of hungry. I've fasted for almost 3 days before, not during this, but in the past when I used to do a lot of fasting. So I know it's not like I'm gonna die. The main thing is just making sure I'm getting enough protein in, you know, consistently throughout the day. You're still gonna feel hungry, but just realizing, okay, yep, this is how it goes, and it's really not that big a deal. And I think with those more whole foods, like eating some whole eggs, I'll have egg whites and mix in whole eggs, having meats, rices, potatoes. It's just good food that your body can process easily. You know, the more I do this fitness stuff, the more I'm trying to just eat more normal and healthy things. I'll throw a protein bar in my bag when I take my girls to gymnastics for 3 hours. So if I get hungry, I'll eat a protein bar, but otherwise I'm just trying to eat more real stuff. And it's just helping my body feel better all. And as far as, you know, showing your body off the best as you can, posing is important. I still haven't come up with a posing routine. I'm trying to decide which poses I want to do in it. It's not really a big deal. I do need to practice to make sure I'm good to go for it. But something I have been doing is messing around with the various classic poses, like the front double bicep and the thigh and abs pose in particular, because I don't really like how I did them last time. It didn't look good on me, and I've been experimenting with different ways, different angles of flexing your quads to make them stand out more, how you're holding your arms up or twisting just a little bit. And I think I found some good poses that have really improved both of those. So I'll be posting videos on those as well and make some updates to the posing videos I did before. So let me know if you're interested in posing, and we'll see how that is. I'm gonna be doing some live videos over the next couple weeks too, just to talk about stuff. If you have questions about doing bodybuilding shows, posing, diet, training, all that going into it peak week. Speaking of peak week, that goes along with dieting. It's gonna be a little bit different because I'm doing 2 shows, because the way it's working is I'm doing a natural show on a Friday night and then a normal NPC show the next Saturday morning. So the last time I did it, I did peak week, I think it was Tuesday through Thursday, and then Friday was check-in and all that. I carved up that day, then Saturday morning was a show or pre-judging, then Saturday afternoon was the show. But this time it's a natural show on Friday night, and you do the pre-judging and then finals are right after it. And then Saturday morning, same thing, pre-judging the morning, finals right after. And I was trying to figure out, how am I gonna do this peak week since it's 2 shows that do 2 different days? But I was looking back at my pictures, like here, when I did my carb up day, the before side, I was totally depleted in the morning, and then you can see at the end of the day, I was pretty like large. There was no pump or anything going on there. That was literally just getting dehydrated and eating a ton of carbs. I think it was around like 700 grams, 4 times my body weight in grams of carbs. And the muscles really fill out, and you can see the veins standing out everywhere because of that dehydration. So I think I'll pretty much get that look if I just follow the same protocol. Maybe start the carbs a little earlier in the morning, because the show, I think the pre-judging is at 6, and I think that was around 9 o'clock at night. But if I can hit that, and then the next morning essentially do what I did last time, I think it'll work out pretty well. And I'm also planning on getting some blood work done after the fact, because I'm interested to see, you know, they say you get super lean and it's gonna kill your testosterone. I've been feeling fine. I'm gonna get a little sleepy, sometimes I'm tired, but like, it's nothing crazy. I'm not dragging or anything. And I try to remind myself too, when I was talking about the mindset, like, you're doing this to yourself. And like, nobody cares how many calories you're eating. No one really cares how lean you are. No one cares about any of this stuff. Like, so just keep it to yourself. In doing that, it's kind of like, I'm just going about my daily business, keeping myself busy, helping the kids with their schoolwork, grading schoolwork, going to work. Like, I just flew a 10-day trip and I was cut like 2 pounds during that, if not a little bit more. Training hard, doing lots of cardio, working out, watching my diet, even though I went to a lot of good places to eat. And it really hasn't been that hard. So, you know, it's all in the mindset, and looking forward to seeing what I can achieve this time. So if you got any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'm gonna be making a lot of videos on this over the next 2 weeks with posing, peak week, diet, training, live videos, all that. Gonna be here the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.